Hello and welcome to the second All Civilizations 1 vs 1 AI tournament in Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. I'm your host Wizwag, and today it's time for finals weekend. We are on the last stretch of the tournament, with the semifinals being held today and the grand finals tomorrow. So let's take a quick look at the bracket, shall we? Those are the top 4 left in the tournament. Started with all the civilizations. Then, wait, there you go. We got the group stage first, and before that there were even the qualifiers. Now we are in the final stage, round of 16. All best of 3s. Pretty exciting all throughout the tournament so far. Quarterfinals and semifinals. And with the semifinals being held today. So we got the Malians and the Koreans in our first set. Malians played pretty well. Only lost 1 game to the Franks in the series before. And the Koreans completely destroyed the Teutons. They had no chance. It was a very fast series. And then we got Portuguese versus Celts. The Celts, grand finalists of the last tournament, almost made it again into the semifinals, but got taken out by the Portuguese in a close series. And then we got Incas versus Slas. The Slas were also semi-finalists in the last tournament, and they also dropped the ball and lost 3-0 to the Incas. So these 4 Malians, Koreans, Portuguese and Incas have never made it this far into any tournament. So we will have a completely new winner in the end. No one from the old guard, so to say. But yeah, those are the 2 matchups today. And let's set up our first game of today. Alright, the lobby is set up for our first game. We got, no, never mind. We got the Malians versus Koreans. now we are set up. So let's dive right into first semifinals game of the ACT2. Let's go. Right, in the upper left corner, in teal, we got the Malians. And on the lower right hand side, we got in red the Koreans. So see how they open up the day and their series. It's a best of 5. You can prepare a variety of strategies maybe go for some cheese. Oh. They steal a goat. And we are simultaneously in the castle age. Now what do they decide to do with their castle placement? Ruins pretty much out in the open, but kind of protected or surrounded by wood lines. And the Malians go absolutely defensive with the castle. Now Koreans trying to push out maybe. Their builders are vulnerable. And as you can see, the Malians got distracted. Now our first fight is breaking out. The Malians with the high ground advantage and now even the castle. This castle is still going up, but it should go up even with just 3 builders. Alright, up and even in range of that poor house. Now we've got a skirmish in the middle of the map. Now first ram onto the castle of the Malians. But yeah, good. We're taking out Pride quite easily. We got our first wagons. I've seen scorpions come quite into the meta, into the AI meta. We haven't seen those in the first tournament too often. But now some AIs pretty much amassed them. Maybe we'll see it today again. This house gone and erased. And now it's kind of a stalemate. No one has the capabilities to really push into those castles. So it's probably best to just work on your economy. Seems they do that. Those lumber camps could be better. Let's take a look at the Malians. They are a little bit more effective with their lumber camps. Well, you aren't. We have another one. Got 19 farms. And I can't click on those. But it seems like they have a little bit fewer than that. Yeah, in the middle, just still a skirmish. But this barracks going down. Probably not a huge deal. Just do they have another one? Seems like they don't. They have quite a few archery ranges. Okay, that could be a big deal, or maybe not. I don't know. And it's going back and forth in here. And right when I say that, the Malians push out into the Korean territory for the first time. And even surrounded the castle, but that is not taking much damage. got a relic for the Koreans. Yeah, that is not working out. Where is your siege, Malians? Seems like the Koreans play patiently for now. Just let the castle do its job. Probably nothing to fear against those skirmishers alone. But they are getting more and more. Well, could be a good time for a counter push. And it seems like that's the plan. Right under the castle. Can wipe out many of the forces. Yeah, those skirmishers went down quite fast. But so are the wagons. This castle of the Malians proves quite effective in the defense. In a perfect spot. It's quite hard to push against it. Maybe you could try to build your defenses out and go to the Imperial Edge, but take it down with some traps. The Malians tried to do some harassment in the base with some skirmishes. But nothing happened there really. Going back and forth between those two. The Koreans with some points and lead. Maybe their defense is quite a bit more effective. Don't think it's the economy. Maybe it is. No, it seems quite balanced. But now we didn't even see those rams in the back. Just wondered how is this castle going down, and now they sneaked in and just took it. And took me by surprise there. And now the Malians have a big lead. They are coming from the top. And the Koreans are scrambling. Get how many? I just said a few minutes ago. You can't let them amass them or get too much. Now we have exactly this situation. It's just skirmishers mostly, but so many of them. And the wagons cannot hold against it. Now they are already onto the town center, and that game turned over really fast. What is happening? It was a stalemate all throughout, and then the Malians just turned on the switch and killed the Koreans. That's quite a performance. Back to the lobby. You look at the statistics. Malians had actually bigger economy. That's interesting. What did they have more? More wood? Wait. They just had a few more hundred wood, but were behind pretty much everything else. How did they win the economy tab? Maybe largest army. Now take a look at the town line, and yeah, that's pretty even. Just until the end, just it turned on the heat and went right to the throat. So let me update my score. So that was the first game. That was an excellent one. Just completely made an 180. Malians, that is. 1 point for them. Update our score here too. 1-0, but it's a best of 5, so nothing over yet. We have seen crazier comebacks than this. But yeah, let's prepare for our second match. Good to go. Right, second game for first semi-finals series, Malians versus Koreans. Let's go. And I just noticed my mic was muted. Oh god. Well, you didn't hear my bad puns. But this game is something else. It's just this endless vicious cycle for these villagers trapped in there forever in eternity. Look at how many there are. But the Malians repaired their castle. And the Koreans don't. It's at half HP already. And how long was my mic muted, man? That's... Sorry for that. But we did not miss too much in here. It's just countless arrows going out back and forth. And they are synced. Not anymore. Oh yeah, I had to sneeze or something. And then I just forgot to turn the mic back on. That's... My brain is definitely working here. What is this situation? But if this keeps up, this castle could get destroyed if the Koreans won't try to do anything about it. Castle of the Malians is topped off. They keep it in shape. Koreans with quite a lead. And look at it, how many farms they have. Take a look at the... Oh yeah, that's a big lead in the economy. So even if they lose this castle, they would have quite a lead. Maybe can hold on to everything the Malians throw at them. But you could just repair it, you know. No, they just abandon it. Seems like. But we got... Whoa. Sorry for that. Got a few monks in here. Not accomplishing too much. And that's weird that they just don't repair the castle like the Malians do. Still at full HP. Are the Koreans that confident? They have a massive lead. Look at all these farms against what the Malians have. They try to build up more, like here. It also shows in the lead the Koreans have in points. Almost 1.5k up. Put a few mangonels down here. Castle is at 200, almost 200 HP. Getting close. Could the Koreans go into the Imperial Age at this stage? They are looking healthy. Just not with the castle. Going down more and more. 133 HP. Yeah, there's no hope for that. Now they push out with some wagons. But they don't seem to have much more. They have a huge economy. They are booming. But their military forces are nothing to be proud of, to be honest. Just a few wagons. Where is the rest? Are they booming too much? If this castle goes down, 10 HP. Jesus. It's still up. On 8 HP. But yeah, if they lose it, the base is wide open. And now it seems like they produce some more military. Maybe they have assessed the situation better than I have. And this castle is still up. Good thing those flames don't do anything. But that's not a force you want to have at this game. We are 24 minutes in, but Koreans go into the Imperial Age. No. Yes. What? Oh no, that's the point of view of the Malians. The Malians actually got into Imperial Age. That's interesting. That could be a huge lead. And also the perfect timing. This castle is at 8 HP. They can upgrade all their military units and just go for one strong push. But the castle of the Malians is quite surrounded, and now come the rams. Maybe the Koreans have noticed they don't have much time. Nope, they got into Imperial Age also, and now the castle has more HP now and even gets repaired. The Koreans are coming in clutch in here. This castle was at H8, I can't talk. H8 HP, oh god. Jesus. But yeah, it was pretty much done. But it's still standing and getting repaired, and now they take out the castle of the Malians. And this game, it's completely whack. It's throwing me off. But that's a force. I'm sorry I talked down to the Koreans. They know what to do, it seems like. And that's coming in clutch. And how do you want to stop that as the Malians? That's something. This also came out just out of nowhere, like in the last game. Nothing happening throughout the game, and then it just explodes in our faces. They have pretty much the whole base, or half of the base, surrounded with their troops. There's nothing the Malians could do there. Where are all these units coming from? I have to watch the replay after that, or the VOD. Because they just had a few wagons, 1 or 2 skirmishes, and then suddenly there's that. But yeah, this is game, I believe. And it seems like there's even trap shots coming in. And the Koreans even out this series. It's 1-1. Like I said, it's always out in the open with those matchups. Especially at this level, we are in the semifinals. So change the scene. Update our scores. Got 31 minutes and 58 seconds. And what a game this was. Completely weird one. A complete stalemate throughout. Then just came this massive push. Look at that. Just exponentially went up. Damn. That's quite something. Take a look. 1-1 now. So we are basically back to a best of 3. 2 more wins for either civilization will net them on the grand finals tomorrow. But both have surprised us in the games. So pretty much wide open at this stage. No one clearly in the lead. Now let's set up for our third game. In Malians versus Koreans, game 3 of our first semifinals series. It's 1-1, wide open deal. Let's start the game. Remember to update the overlay too. There's so much to keep track of. But we are in. Down in the bottom left hand side in teal we got the Malians. And on the right hand side got in red the Koreans. Do we get another outlier of a game? Or do we get somewhat normal one? Say that. Both games we had so far kinda unorthodox. But now both opt into going for the top side with their castles. Seems like they share a pretty similar mindset with the castle players and even with those pushes at the end. Maybe that's why they are evenly matched, it seems like. The Malians got the lion RNG, but they are back into building. This castle is quite far out in the open, while the castle of the Koreans is a little bit more protected, even with that wood line and the gold. They could form a choke point on here and even have the high ground. Now we got our first fight breaking out. It's pure chaos in here. The colors are mixed up. But it seems like the Koreans have quite a lead. Maybe the high ground advantage helped them. Or they just have the bigger numbers. But it's already huge. Can this Mangonel get some good shots? And that's pure aggression by the Koreans. They already take out this castle. They completely changed the pace of the game, unlike the first two we got today. Now they try something completely new. This castle is completely burning. The Mangana took out one ram. But this castle is probably just going down at this point. We are 6 minutes into the game. And at least they are holding on at the bottom here. That would have been a disaster. They got in here and do some damage. This castle went down. So did the ram, but it did its job. Now the Malians try to push out and make space for themselves. They probably know they are behind, and they are behind 800 points. How's the economy for the Koreans looking? Quite nicely. So the Malians quite even in that apartment. Koreans are just relentless. They are just storming into the Malians at this point. And they have complete advantage over the game. They even spread out the troops coming from all sides and angles. The Malians are holding on, just barely. We have seen comebacks like this. So until the town center is burning, there's probably still a chance. But with this castle on the high ground, getting hard for the Malians to push in. They even try fight as far back from the castle as possible. The Koreans just don't let up their pressure. And now try to go into the base, maybe get some villages, but they go back to the main army. Malians still have quite a number, just skirmishes, but maybe enough to hold on for now. Now come the pikemen together with the wagons, and they do quick work. All these skirmishes. But what's the plan for the Koreans to end this game? It's in their hands at this point. They are up over 1,000 points. The Malians, look at that. They push back. They are not intimidated by this lead of the Koreans. They are in the base. All these farms are idle. And now they go for the castle with 2 rams. The Koreans are completely occupied in their base, trying to defend and get up their economy again. There's probably nothing you could do to defend your castle. I'm going down. And that's just brilliant from the Malians. I just said it. If your town center isn't burning and surrounded, there's still a chance. Now they even go up to the Imperial Age. So the Malians have completely turned it around this game again. They turned it on its head and said, no, I don't care about numbers on the screen. We know we are better than you, Koreans. Now they are completely in the driver's seat with winning the game. And that's the situation I was talking about. Probably is too late if such a scene is happening. Now completely surrounded. The town center is burning. And what a game. It started brilliantly with aggression from the Koreans. It was quite effective. But maybe they didn't utilize their lead. Maybe they played too defensive for that. And the Malians could just come back from this. Either way, it's a stellar performance from the Malians. Now this town center will fall. They are taking their time, but probably nothing you can do about it. Just cleaning up all these villages, and now this is game. What a performance by the Malians. Nobody expected that. What is this graph? How? The Koreans were in complete control, but it just shows at this point. And down there, it just went down from there. That's weird. The Malians are just wizards at this point. Got 22, 54, 51. The Malians 2-1 up in this series. Last game could have gone either way, but the Malians persevered, took home the victory. The second game of the series, they are on match point now. They only need to win one more to get into the grand finals. But so far this series has gone back and forth, so let's not rule out the Koreans just yet. But need to update all the scores I have here. Remember, it's a one-man show at this point. But we are good to go, I think. Back to the lobby. It's time for the fourth game in this best of 5 Malians versus Koreans in the semi-finals of the ACT2. Start the game. Right, we are in. Now on the left hand side, in tail we got the Malians. And on the right hand side we got Koreans in red. You know how the Malians won the last game? It was the GOAT. They stealed right at the start of the game. I'm calling it. But no, in all seriousness, last game, an explosive Quite exciting. And honestly, quite stellar comeback from the Malians. But they don't need to come back in the series anymore, because they are in the lead with one game. And now the Koreans again starting out with aggression, building houses, siege workshops and castles all over the map. But they abandoned the site, and the Koreans push out the Malians and go for another round. Now come the reinforcements. There are the villagers. Now it's round 2. Can they get this up? Nope. Abandoned again. And there's a few more. They are simultaneously delaying the castle built by the Malians. So if they can get this up, it would be huge. And pretty much game already. If you don't massively outplay your opponent. No castle and the opponent's castle right in your face in the other game. And it seems like they pulled it off. I can't state enough, and now this castle got cancelled, and I can't state enough how hard it is to pull off this strategy. We have seen games after games or civs trying to go for that and failing miserably. So to pull it off in the semifinals, such a high profile game, that's impressive by the Koreans. They executed perfectly. And that's what you have to do. It's like going for cheese as a Protoss in StarCraft 2. If you just don't execute perfectly, you can just GG right away, because it's just too easy to handle at this point then. And just like that, with 3 rams and troops in the back, they are breaching the town of the Malians. They have built quite nicely, almost like a big wall, but no match for all these rams. And what is the series we have here? This is going to game 5. I really don't know how you wanna get back from that. 1.4k lead. Almost for the Koreans. In 9 minutes. This castle is just, they just cannot get out of the base. As soon as they get out, this castle is awaiting. And these rams are still hammering down the structures of the Malians. Now the front is open. The town center in line of sight. What a game by the Koreans. Mangonel shots. And what a series. I'm slowly waking up when I see this. My brain wasn't there at the start, I believe. But now it's coming back to me. Now it's getting a little bit quiet. What are the Koreans doing at home? Do they try to boom now that they have secured their position? Remember last time that did not work out. Now look at this. Look at these pairs. Can this Mangana take out the town center alone? Look at these pros. Each Mangana got its own repair guy. And they are just doing it all alone in here. That's wild. But you probably want to send more now. You can easily take this town center. There's no need. Look at that boom. What are you doing? Just end the game. At this stage, you're just playing around. They just can't get these manganese destroyed. And who needs units when you have 2 manganese and a villager? And that's the game. What a game it was. It's definitely one of my favorites right there. That was insane. Well, the Koreans have provided us with some very entertaining games so far. Also with that massive one, over 50 minutes. No spoiler, but it was completely bonkers. Now, again, let's update our statistics and scores. We got 16 minutes and 4 seconds. That's not the fastest ever, but nothing you could do as the Malians. So we are going into game 5 now. Was hoping it would go the distance, but you never know. Could always end in a 3-0. Take a quick look at the tabs. 7k more wood. And 7k more food collected. That's a lead. And yeah, they just got completely overrun. GG. So it really went back and forth. The first game went to the Malians, the second Koreans, the third to the Malians, and the fourth to the Koreans. According to this pattern, the Malians should win the next one. But let's not write a script just yet. And just get ready to go into our last match. So it's 2-2 for each of civilizations in the semifinals, the Malians and the Koreans. It is going back and forth. Now let's go into game 5. The lobby is set up. And yeah, let's just get right into it. For the start to the day. Oh, change that. Now we got in teal the Malians on the bottom left hand side of the map. Now the almost top right handish side we got the Koreans. 13 o'clock. But now let me quickly update the overlay. Now it's 2-2. And what are they going to do now? It's all on the line. You have to win this game, or else your tournament life is over. And if you win, of course, you go into the grand finals tomorrow. It's all or nothing. Do you go for the aggression? Do you go offensively? And it looks like the Koreans are opting for the aggression or not. They've seen the castle of the Malians. Alright, they build it on the other side. Behind the siege workshop. Alright. Natural wall. I wonder if they could have built it on top of this hill. But that's neither too aggressive nor too defensive. So could be pretty good. Koreans scouting out. Castles going up. Castle not in range of any buildings. Oh, yes it is. I wondered why it didn't shoot. But now Koreans are trying to surround it. Do they have siege to go with? They have the siege workshop, but nothing built so far. You don't want to go into this position for too long, or else you lose pretty much all the units. You need to have siege with it. Malians just flexed a little bit and the Koreans turned it back. And again, it's all or nothing. You have to perform here, or else you go home, not into the grand finals. The battlefield is quite stretched out throughout the middle of the map. No clear winner as of yet. And it's interesting that the Malians most of the time opt in for these skirmishes. Other civilizations play much more with their unique units or variety of units even. And the Malians are just comfortable with their skirmishes. And sometimes it works. Sometimes not. Got a few Gebettos in there, in the mix. And no one in the lead just yet. It's going back and forth. With the Malians. Few hundred points in the lead. Probably got a little bit more value out of the units with all these wagons going down. Let's see how either of those want to push out. Always hard to break out such a position. Sometimes they go for the craziest of things. Even in the first game we almost missed it. What they are planning to do. And it seems like the troops of the Koreans are thinning out. And now they get a shot in the base. It's pretty open. They have enough farms in the back, but the front is vacant now. They are under the castle though. I'm not sure if that was worth it. And now come the rams. Maybe that was just in preparation. Just push back. Koreans disrupt the economy a little bit and now just try to go for the castle with the weakened forces. But it seems like the Koreans could hold this. But there's this villager repairing. You need to focus it. Nope. They mismicroed. And now this castle is going down. Is this the beginning of the end for the Koreans? They are in the lead in points somehow. Now even the villagers fighting back those rams. Rams are always scary to see in those settings. Can do quite a bit of damage if protected. Seems like the Koreans are barely holding on. I think they have enough economy in the back, but the Malians, they just push relentlessly. They want this win. They want to go into the grand finals tomorrow against whoever wins the next series. I even got some pikemen in the base going for some villages, and it's starting to look more and more grim for the Koreans. And just like the script said, the Malians would win. It absolutely went back and forth in the series. First game went to the Malians, second to the Koreans, third one Malians, fourth one Koreans, and now the fifth one again. It seems like the Malians have it in their hands. They have never made it this far, same as the other three civilizations in the semifinals in any tournament. So that's quite an accomplishment. Koreans are on their last leg, and this is looking dark. Now 1k up in points. are the Malians. Yeah, this probably just the game. There are even more skirms waiting in the back. Is there anything the Koreans can do? What do they have? With not much food, because the Malians are all over the place. Yeah, there's probably not much you can do in this situation. The Malians and the skirms. That's funny. Who would have thought? Now even going up to Imperial Age, but they are already onto the town center. Let's just witness the downfall of the Koreans in the semifinals of the ACT2. That's the All Civilizations 1 vs 1 AI tournament. The second one at that. Now there's a ram coming. And yeah. Stellar performance by the Valiants, and there we have it. Our first grand finalists for tomorrow. The Malians. Who would have thought that? Overall, pretty solid performance. It went the whole distance to game 5, but does not matter if you win out in the end. So 3-2 for the Malians. We got 23 minutes, 17 minutes. In our last game. And that's quite the performance. Pretty even in units killed, but doesn't matter. Get our scores here. Got the Malians taking the series with 3-2. And we got one more to go for today. Portuguese versus Incas. The Incas are looking pretty amazing in this tournament. They took out the Slavs 3-0 or 3-0 in the quarterfinals, but so did the Koreans. They took out the Teutons 3-0, and they still lost to the Malians. So maybe there's something about those skirmishes from them. It's just unstoppable. Maybe it's just the cost effectiveness of them. I'm not sure. But let's set up our next semi-final match. Got the Portuguese against the Incas. Go into the lobby. Yeah, there we have it. Portuguese Incas in the second semifinals match. Game 1 in the best of 5. And I just remember... Never mind, I can do it when it loads in. Let's start a game. Change the overlay. That's what I missed. Are good to go. Portuguese versus Incas, and now we got in teal on the left hand side of the map the Portuguese, and in red on the bottom right hand side the Incas. The Incas are looking strong this tournament, but the Portuguese surprisingly are still in here. What is this? Yeah, that's all right. Going for the impossible. But you just saw how easy it is to defend that. That the Koreans got up such a castle in one game. Just crazy. Let's focus on this series. Gonna skirmish a fight down here. Or skirmish against crossbows. The Incas opted in to build a castle defensively. They are behind. Oh no, actually pretty even though they had to cancel the castle one time. Both got the castle up and running, while the Incas are still trying to do some damage, and the space is wide open. They already have built rams. And the Portuguese with their organ guns, they go for them every single game. And most of the time it works actually. Otherwise they wouldn't be here in the semifinals. But now they are up against rams, defending with mangonels. Alright, forgetting to do one more shot. And this mangonel got some value out of it. Took down a ram. No, damaged the ram and took out 2 mangonels. But this ram is still going. 24 HP. Left alone on this castle. And now gets repaired by this villager who's also not looking too healthy. Portuguese, where is your answer? There's a ram onto your castle. But the Incas are simultaneously pushing down in the bottom, and maybe that's holding off all the reinforcements. This castle is going down more and more. This Mangala is just going to town here. Look at that. Now, finally, an answer with the knight. Saving the day, but not saving the castle. Alright, the Incas with already some strategic outplay in their first game, pushing at the bottom and just taking out the castle with as minimal as you can get in units, but it worked out in the end. So no organ guns for the Portuguese in this game. Let's see what they try to do. I would say they are quite far behind in this point, but the Incas hasn't done critical damage as of yet. Just a little bit of harassment down here, but they are expanding in the back, and they go for another castle in the back. That's interesting. We don't see that too often, that civilizations try to rebuild castle. I'm not sure how effective this will be, because ultimately you want to defend your town center, and if your enemy just runs in, takes it, your castle does nothing. Well, let's see what they have planned, and they are holding on so far. Now the Incas coming out with some Kamyuks. Interesting. Going from both sides, now opting in from the bottom side. They have the siege workshop soaking in quite a bit of damage from all these skirmishes. It seems like the Portuguese are quite effective in their defense, and they aren't too far behind in points actually. So yeah, like I said, they lost their castle at this point, but the Incas haven't done critical damage yet. They're still 300 points in the lead though. But it can always swing in at any moment. Now we got rams for the Portuguese. What are they trying to do with it? One goes for the castle with a villager to repair it. And the other ones go for this siege workshop. They are soaking in the damage of the skirmishes quite effectively. Can this be accounted? Oh, they rebuilt their castle in the back so they can just pump out their organ guns. They always love to go for them, pretty much in every game. And this counter attack is quite effective. Nope. Just short. Taking the castle. Will they repair it? Let's see. And this game is completely even at this point. The battle going straight down the middle of the map. We are pretty even in points. Flickering back and forth. Taking out the mangonels quite effectively. Good job focusing them. But there's still more coming. never mind. 1-for-1. No outplay there. They are sieging up the front of the base of the Portuguese though. And I almost thought they go into Imperial Age, but that was just an upgrade. Now causing some troubling idle time. The front of the base is vacant. No food farm there. What do they... Okay, they have quite a few more in the back. Now a little counter push with some knights taking out. Look at the Incas. Let's just build a mill in the middle of the map at the front door of the Portuguese. No fear at all. And that is what you probably need to go far into this tournament. Yeah, now the Incas are starting to run away with their lead. Now it's 1k. It was only 1 to 200 just moments ago. And they really are all over the place. Their units trickling in from the top, from the bottom, right down the middle. Rams everywhere. And this should be our first game going to the Incas. They had a pretty good early game. Played quite strategically. Never lost their cool, and now always not losing the game. They take it. 24 minutes, 48 seconds. Look at the timeline. Yeah, even pretty even throughout. Going back and forth just a little bit, and then at this point the lead started growing. So yeah, good game by the Incas. More updated. First game of this series goes to the Incas against Portuguese. let's get ready for our second match of our second series in the semifinals. Yeah, game 2, Portuguese versus Incas. Let's go. The Incas are up 1 game, but nothing is over yet. They still need to win 2 more. Now, in the bottom, we got the Portuguese in teal. And on the top, left-hand side, we got the Incas in red. Paris in front. So, Portuguese have it. Now let's see how they open up. Pretty even map, mostly flat ground, a little bit of wood in the middle. They opt in for the defensive castle with a siege workshop maybe. And what is this? They are just crazy. The Incas now pushing out with their forces, and those villagers have no shame at all. Nope, they just abandoned. And this castle probably is going up. Nope. They also just stepped away from it. So both are trying to disrupt the other. Now coming in from both sides with a mangonel. Can it get some good shots? But it's got taken out by the ram. That is huge. Now there are enough units trickling in, but will it be enough? No castle getting built right now. You need to take out this ram. There's 1 villager building. Now a second one. I don't know how this will turn out. Can they get up this castle? Would be huge. Now, yes, they actually got up the castle rush. And the second time we see it today actually working. We have seen it failing countless of times throughout the tournament, but it's just a statement by civilizations in the semifinals. They know what they are doing. Now even coming in with rams to take out this 49% constructed castle. That just hurts. Ooh. But there's rams countering the rams. What a game. This castle is at half HP. And there's rams all over the place. Tournament is finally falling. The Incas have quite a lead in army though. Together with the castle, it's at half HP. But what can the Portuguese do? And I think, or maybe the Incas have figured out the Portuguese. They studied their playstyle and strategies, and maybe they noticed that they love to go for the organ guns, but without a castle, hard or impossible to do. So you need a castle for it. So in both games today, they just hammered down the castle, or even the chance to get up a castle, like in this one. Maybe that's their strategy. Don't let the Portuguese get their organ guns. Now they are pushing in with rams, mangonels, many crossbows. And we are even onto the town center. So that's gotta be a quick 2-0 by the Incas. They are just cruising through the series. Can this be a 3-0? Now trying to go clean up the castle, but it's just too late, man. And that is indeed the game for the Incas. Again, a quick 2-0. 12 minutes and 40 seconds. Take a look at the timeline. Yeah, it's just going up. Reaching for the stars and reaching for the grand finals of the ACT2. It's a stellar lead and points. Yeah, overall, just what a performance. This castle rush play was clutch. I have to say that. I'll definitely rewatch that at some point. But let's update our scores. And then go right into our next. Possibly the last for today. That's another one for the Incas. 0-2 so far. Can the Portuguese come back from this? It's not looking too good. The Incas seem to have all the strategies planned out and figured out. The Portuguese. So I'm not sure how they want to answer that. Get into our lobby. And the third game of our second series in the semi-finals of the ACT2, Portuguese versus Incas. It could possibly be the last game if the Incas win. If not, we go to our fourth game and one more. The Incas are on match point. So the Portuguese have to show up here. They are on the right hand side of the map in teal. Portuguese. And on the lower left hand side we got the Incas in red. And even though this game is so old, it just looks spectacular. I love all the textures and buildings. I love the variety. And even the variety in the UI. Pretty much every civilization has its own overlay. Speaks to the detail in the game. Not many games have this today. Either just cookie cutter stuff thrown together year by year. Yeah, you have some good indie games. That's for sure. Let's not be too negative. I'm mostly not the most nostalgic person. Well, yeah, this game is just as fun as I remember playing as a kid. Now we got the Incas again with a castle pretty far out in the open, more on the top hand side. Could give them quite a good strategic position, but they have to hold on the push from the bottom. The Portuguese opted to place a castle on the other side. So, ooh! We got a cancelled castle. That's finally a good start for the Portuguese. Finally, they got pretty trashed last two games. And now, was it cancelled or just denied? The Incas don't seem to rebuild it, so they could have just lost it. I need to check the VOD for that. Now building up the troops. Are the Incas going all in with this? Got a magnet. Not the best shots. This time opting for skirmishes instead of crossbows. But the Portuguese have secured pretty good position. Is even a high ground advantage? I really don't know what's going on there. Could be. Could be up on a hill. The Incas don't letting up the aggression despite losing the castle or having no castle at all. They are up 2-0 in this series. They need to win one more to go into the grand finals tomorrow. They took out the villager repairing the ramp, but they still need to take down the ramp. Got knights taking out the ram of the Incas. That's good focus right there. And 4 mangonels. There could be some huge shots coming. And the Portuguese are definitely playing much better than the series before that. The 2 games before that. And they actually have a pretty substantial lead in points right now. Can they come back into the series? We have seen it, rarely seen it, but it can happen. The Incas played some pretty specific strategies in the first two games. Very aggressive. And maybe they just thought would be a quick 3-0 and they didn't prepare any more strategies after that. So the Portuguese maybe can play the game a little bit more in the next coming games, but it's not over yet. The Incas made a pretty crazy comeback in the last series against the Slavs. Ooh, that's some good mangonel shots. But there's quite a few there. 6. Now it's 5. Even with the villager just a drive-by repair. Economies are looking healthy for both. Maybe a slight lead for the Portuguese. Those Eagle Scouts are some past boys. We still are not letting up the mangonel production. That's crazy to see. Pretty risky to go for that with all the friendly fire going on. And they are completely undefended. But now there's some friends coming together with a monk. Healing up. Got taken out by what? By this Eagle Scout. Alright. Now the pressure is going up for the Portuguese against the Incas. They are still in a healthy lead and they have the map control. But surprisingly, no organ guns. Their go-to unit. Normally. They don't go for them this time. They go all in with these mangonels. I haven't seen this one before, quite frankly. Maybe 1 or 2 times, but not at this rate and in this stage of the game. And there's even more coming. And they just sent in villages to repair. Look at that. There are buildings burning. Each workshop going down. Next up will be a barracks. That's some critical military production structures. How many do we have? 9. We have 9 mangonels. They completely changed up the strategy. We always saw organ guns from them. And maybe that is what caught off the Incas here. They were expecting the usual shenanigans. But now it's just all in with mangonels. It's almost nothing else, but somehow it's working. Still got 9 of them. They are all over the place. They're shooting from ever which angle. what is strategy here? And they are doubling the points. 5k to 10k in points. Just with manganese. What even is this game? What is life anymore? I don't know. I just know we are in the semifinals of the ACT2. And this series will go on for at least another match. So no quick 3-0 for the Incas. Portuguese finally get one on the table. Well, it should be. There's probably not. Now we got the organ guns. They just delayed them. But probably does not matter. 669. Nice. Town center HP. But it's low. Not taking damage as of right now. But all these units are coming closer and closer. Look at all these buildings burning. There are still 3 mangonels. Now stop the production with 18 organ guns. And that was a brilliant game by the Portuguese. Completely unexpected. But look at this score lead. That's probably the biggest lead we have seen. Doesn't exactly show right here. They even got up to Imperial Age. I didn't even see that. Just I was too focused on all these mangonels going to town. But 24 minutes and 1 second. And a win for the Portuguese. So let's go back to our lobby. And update our scores. So 2 hours in, the semifinals are still going strong. We have at least 1 more game. That was here. Portuguese. And good to see they have mostly evenly played out matches. We always got game 5 in the first series, and it could go to game 5 in this one too, if the Portuguese keep up their performance from last game. So let's prepare the lobby and go into the next game. Lobby is set up and we are good to go. Portuguese versus Incas in game 4 of the semifinals. Go. Are in the game. Now, on the bottom right hand side, left hand side, we got the Portuguese in teal. And in a pretty close spawn in red, on the top left hand side, we got the Incas. We haven't had one of those day, I believe. The close spawn, that is. It's pretty open on the left, but hilly with a wood line on the right hand side. So let's try to see how they want to utilize that. And the Portuguese instantly go for a forward castle, but they also instantly turn around right when they see all these units. And now, all right, they opt in to go for the right hand side, and the Incas are already building up theirs right there in the middle, up on the hill. Both will be on a hill if they go up. There's already our first fight. And this castle got up, but we got some harassment, trying to disrupt or deny or even delay the castle, but it's going up. Let's see. They are at the front door of the base of the Portuguese. Now switching it up, and no, they left the castle, and now they are coming. 3 rams coming. Oh, they wanted. I just thought they wanted to go for the castle and just looped around, but they wanted to go for the stone instead. That's interesting. But this castle is gone, and the Incas are looking good in here. There's constant pressure right from the start, and we have 4 rams. This one ram just says nope. This mining camp isn't worth it. I just go for the town center. Got taken out. We got 3 more. There's more and more units coming. Have the Incas done it? If they win here, they go on to the grand finals against the Malians. Nobody would have expected that grand final matchup. Here we are. The Incas in the lead, the base wide open. There's more and more units, and siege trickling in. Got up to 4 rams again, with a healthy amount of crossbowmen. And I think there's nothing Portuguese can do now. Look at that. Base is completely open. Town center exposed. We got 2 rams on it and enough crossbowmen, and this, ladies and gentlemen, was exciting series, exciting day. We had action-packed games, some questionable games, and overall some stellar performances. 10 minutes 35 seconds. Let's take a quick look. Pretty even units killed actually, but does not matter. 13 buildings lost. 0. Yeah, just a solid performance by the Incas this series. They dropped the ball one time in the last game. Yeah. That was our last game of today. The Incas winning 3-1 against the Portuguese, and the Malians again 3-2 against the Koreans. So our grand finals will be Malians versus Incas tomorrow. There you have it. Gonna be a best of 7 this time, so even more games. But at this level, with this much on the line, you have to give this Civs all they need, all the time they need, and one best of 3, or even the best of 1, it just doesn't say anything. But in the best of 7, normally it crystallizes out who is the better player, or it just goes to game 7 and we get something complete unexpected and exciting either way. So yeah, that was the semi-finals, Malians, Koreans and Portuguese Incas, with the Malians and the Incas making it into the grand finals. I just see the name was up, now it's grand finals. All right. So yeah. That was the stream for today. Thanks for tuning in, or if you watch it on YouTube. Sorry for the cutoff in mic earlier. I don't know how much, how long I was off there. Maybe a few minutes. But yeah, it was a good day. Got some pretty good and exciting matches out of it. Some very unique ones. That's always good to see, even after over 200 matches played already. And yeah, make sure to tune in tomorrow. There's some new announcements coming out actually before the grand finals. So yeah, don't miss that. Thanks for watching and see you next time.